In this video, I'm going to be going over the full Fortnite storyline from Season 1 until Season 10. I wanted to make this video for you guys because Season 9 literally ends in like a few days, so I wanted to make this video to recap on everything that has happened in the past and also what is going to be happening in Season 10. If you guys want to see the full Fortnite storyline and want to see the complete Fortnite story, then definitely make sure to keep watching and watch this video until the end, because I have a lot of good stuff I want to talk about with you guys. This really cool theory about what Season 10 is all about. You guys definitely do not want to miss it. Plus, you guys will give me watch time, and you know, that gets me recommended and more people see this video, so you know, it's a win-win situation here. By the way, make sure you guys use code heyitsbenjay in the item shop on all of the new World Cup items. The day I'm uploading this is the last day you can get them, I believe, so make sure to go put my code in and then get those cosmetics because they're never coming back. Also, I'm hosting a 2800 V-Buck giveaway for 70,000 subscribers, so if you want to enter that, there's going to be a link to it in the description and also in the pinned comment down below. So good luck to everyone who does enter that giveaway. Hopefully you guys do win. So first, I'm going to be going over all of the events that happened between Season 1 and Season 9, and then I'm going to explain to you guys what Season 10 is going to be all about. Huge thanks to these three guys on Twitter. They actually put this whole thing together. I'm literally just reading what they're reading, so it's just kind of like a nice little script for me to go off of, so thank you for that. But anyway, Season 4 started with the rocket event. Now, as you guys know, this giant rocket base spawned near Snobby Shores, and the whole event was really cool. Sadly, this is the only event that I did not get to see in game. But anyway, it all started when a visitor appeared in the game. He activated the missile and added the 0-point energy. Now, I'll get to what that is in a second, don't worry. Inside of it, when this missile launched, everyone was there to see it and enjoy it, but it was something else instead of launch. I'm sorry, this English is also pretty bad. The visitor set the coordinates, and all of these coordinates were pointing at Tilted Towers. On Twitter, every leaker and every Fortnite player was waiting for the big collapse with Tilted Towers. Magically, everyone was surprised that the missile disappeared before hitting Tilted Towers. Who saved Tilted Towers? The answer is 0-point energy. Once again, I'll get to that in a second. The visitor used this energy to make things teleport to another destination. The missile was teleporting every single moment by changing locations inside the map. So basically, the visitor, who was the secret skin for Season 4, he was the one that put this rocket base on the map, and he's the one that launched it, and then that led into Season 5 with like all of the rifts. And according to these three guys right here, their theory is that it has something to do with 0-point energy. Moving right along to Season 5, Worlds Collide. After the rocket event, the missile left a temporary teleportation gate in the sky, which was that giant crack in the sky, if you guys remember when the rocket blasted off at the end. But what does Worlds Collide really mean? The answer is that this teleportation gate transferred things from the Fortnite map to real life, and things from the real life world to Fortnite. One of those things was Paradise Palms, Viking Village, etc. Many Fortnite players were thinking that Moisty Mire was removed, but this place was just teleported to another destination with 0-point energy. At the start of Season 5, a lightning hit the ground by creating a big cube. This cube was named Kevin by the Fortnite community, and every player loved him and loved having him on the map. After a few days, it started moving around the map by creating some kind of runes. These runes gave you the ability to float, you know, zero gravity obviously, with the help of 0-point energy. But all good things come to an end. The cube filled Loot Lake with the energy by melting inside of it, and then that created like the jumpy Loot Lake thing that was like all purple, and it looked really cool. It was really fun to jump on. So up until Season 5, we had the rocket launch, which created the rifts, and then the rifts brought in all of these new places, and then also got rid of some other places as well. And then that giant cube spawned from apparently 0-point energy, and the cube traveled all the way around the map, creating all of these runes, and then the cube sooner or later like melted into Loot Lake, and then that created like the bouncy, you know, Loot Lake thing that we had. That was a lot of fun to jump on. It was a lot of fun to play on, honestly. It was just a good time overall. And now leading into Season 6. At the start of Season 6, we saw the cube pulling the whole island of Loot Lake outside from the ground by creating a big vortex. The cube started his growth inside the island, and it started moving back to the old runes that were created. At some point, it broke up into pieces, and it moved back to Loot Lake to leave the last drop of 0-point energy inside the big hole that was created at the start of the season. The cube broke into pieces after it had no use anymore because it had fulfilled its task, dropping the 0-point energy in the big hole at Loot Lake. We all got teleported to the in-between, the dimension between worlds, the portal between worlds, the dimension that's in between two worlds. I don't know why so many questions, but anyway, eventually a butterfly showed up and we got teleported back to the Fortnite island, but one thing did change. Loot Lake changed to a happy lake named Leaky Lake. So as you guys know, the cube cube melted into Loot Lake at the end of season 5, and then season 6 it brought like this giant floating island that floated around the map pretty much the whole season, and then it was going to all of the runes that the cube created before, and eventually it just returned. And then we had this big event where we got teleported to like the in-between, which was like this giant like white spacey area, and everyone was just tripping out. Everyone didn't know what was going on. This butterfly came up out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden we got teleported back, and Loot Lake became Leaky Lake, and it was like this really cool area. Instead of just being one giant lake, there's like pieces to the lake now, like there's like different lands. So that was kind of cool. That was a pretty big map change that honestly I was for. I really didn't like Loot Lake because it was just a giant lake that was hard to like, you know, go across. So then they ended off saying, in conclusion, the visitor added 0-point energy into the missile, which started to move and teleport around the map. In the end, the missile left a big teleportation gate by making our Fortnite world to collide with the real life world. POIs like Paradise Palms replaced Moisty Mire by teleporting it to another destination. When the big lightning hit the ground, it created a big cube by filling it with 0-point energy. The task that the cube was having was to transfer this energy inside Loot Lake, which it has been stored there. Then the government used this energy to build new buildings and make more of them futuristic. Now honestly, that sounds kind of crazy. I didn't even know Fortnite had a freaking government. Like, I don't know where that came from. Sounds kind of crazy, but honestly I believe it at the same time, because how else would that energy get to that place, you know? Like, it was just chilling there. There's like this giant wire that was connected to a Neo Tilted from Loot Lake, I believe. I'll get into more about what the energy is for and all of that. I'll also talk about this giant floating orb as well, don't worry. They went on saying there's a deeper story starting. When Doggus destroyed the gate that was keeping the place of 0-point energy secured, it automatically released all of this energy. This energy can be used to teleport things and make them disappear by moving them to another dimension. The energy that has been released can also be seen at this orb, which is like the electricity sphere that we see at Loot Lake now, which has so much power that it will try to teleport the whole map or some POIs to another destination. So they're basically saying that this giant orb has so much energy and it's so compact that they're saying that this giant orb is going to be teleporting different points of interest around the map, or it's going to try to teleport the entire map. Now if we were to get a whole brand new map, I feel like season 10 would be the season to do it in, because it's like the start of a new, like, I don't know, decade of Fortnite. Season 1 through season 9 we've pretty much had the same map. I mean, we've had a ton of changes, as you guys know, obviously, but I feel like season 10 is a brand new opportunity to give us a whole new map, and I think that would be very cool. I mean, we've seen this orb become more and more like potent and more like, I don't know, filled with energy over like this last week. Here's a chart of how it's changed over the last 8 days, and as you can see, there's some pretty big changes. Day 1, when it was first spawned, it started off just like an orb kind of chilling there, but by day 8, as you can see, there's like a ton of energy coming off of it. There's like all of these like light waves coming off of it. Like, there's a ton of energy that is being stored in this orb right here. So I feel like this giant orb is going to be doing a lot of different changes and doing a lot of different stuff to the map. I agree with their theory. They're saying like how this giant orb is going to try and teleport different things around the map and try to, like, you know, change your map overall, because according to them, this is what the 0-point energy looks like. This was what it was in the cube, and this was what was feeling like all of the futuristic buildings like Neo Tilted and Mega Mall and stuff like that. And this was also the same energy that created all of the rifts and that allowed you know, different points of interest and stuff like that to be teleported. So overall, season 10 is going to be a very big and a very important season to the storyline. At most, we could see a whole brand new map being added into the game, which would be honestly insane. Like, everyone would have to get used to the new map. Not only would that affect just like casual players, but also like competitive players too. They would have to get used to a whole new map. But anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching this video covering the full Fortnite storyline starting from season 1 all the way up to season 10. And yeah, that's been it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.